Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You're listening to Elegbete TV and Radio. You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. As we are still in the mood for protest and demanding for good governance and demanding for a better life, let's just use the little upgrade in the internet that have been given to us to pursue whatever is left of the talking point that we've not touched. Sorry about yesterday, we couldn't do anything because the internet was terrible, like really, really terrible. And today again, I want to apologize that I was starting a bit late. I wasn't really sure if the internet was going to work, so I was caught between to do it or not to do it. But then I think this is good enough for us to run with, and we'll see how best it goes. Okay, everybody out there, the news that everybody wants to hear is the transfer. Hey, hello, light is off. Yeah, so everybody wants to know if their favorite club have signed the players that they hope they will be signed, and they also, thinking that their opposition, the potential opposition, is not signing better players than their team. That's how football is. Everybody talk about one love, loving each other, but then that's when it comes to football, we are competitive to the core. Every time a player, an opposition team signs a player that is perceived better, we start looking at our players with a sense of inferiority. All of a sudden, it's wondering, oh, no, who do we have? We don't. Even if you have a complete team. Well, all of that we will talk about on the show today. And there's few side dishes on the show today, put together, well packaged by Timothy Daimbo, giving us some upgrade on news. What's it called? Jacquisha believe he should have been in the England Euro 24 squad. Ansu Flick is telling people what he wants to achieve with his Barcelona team, and his plan is to do a Pep Guardiola. Well, Arsenal closing the gap on City. That's the way Martin Odegaard sees it. That's the Daimba side of life on the show. We're going to get that. And then there's a few infusions that we're going to have on the show as we go this new season. I just beg you guys to bear with us. If you are protesting, it is right. It is within your right to protest, but please don't damage other people's property and don't convert this protest into a tribal thing. It's not a tribal thing. It's a demand for better life for all Nigerians, and it's not a thing that has to do with any tribe. It's not an Igbo thing. It's not a Yoruba thing. It's not an Hausa thing. It's not an Orobo thing. It's Oko Ijo, Shekiri, Kalabari, or Krika, Nembe, whatever it is, or Benue, Nupi, Fulani. No, it is a demand for a better Nigeria, and we all should stand up for it. And but while we're doing it, let's not include violence. Let's not create problems that we will not be able to handle, problems that will not eventually make everybody say, okay, this is why we don't want people to protest. It is within our right to protest, but at the same time, we should not turn it into destruction. Well, I've had quite a few questions on my WhatsApp, on my DM, and my Twitter DM as well. I'll try as much as possible to treat all of them. The Olympic from Shitty River to a biological male beating up, that's battering, right? 46 second beating up a biological female in a boxing fight, and she quit. She knows that no, this is not going to work. All this equality, what the man can do, woman can do better. Now, this is not going to work. It's not going to work. If I stay here, I might be beaten to a pulp, and my life will never remain the same again. So she quit, and It's one of those things that you see and you say, "Oh, why should this happen?" Okay, so there's a write up about it, and a lot of people are trying to create a story around this. Who had this guy grew up, he was a woman and blah blah blah. Let me even read the story. Mike Keegan at the North Paris Arena, 46 seconds was long enough for Angela Carini, long enough for two right hands from Imam Khalif. The boxer, her friends and family had been telling her all week to avoid because she is a man. To find their mark long enough for those punches to detect a chin strip, rock backwards, and then leave her blue, shots blood spattered, long enough for her to tell her coach that she was done, and for her to sink to her knees in the middle of the ring in apparent protest, smash the canvas in despair, and burst into floods of tears that continued after she had spoken to reporters and made her way disconsolately. Okay, she couldn't be consolate. English self too much. Disconsolately to the dressing room, and hopefully it will also be long enough for Olympics bosses to take a long, serious look at the mess that is of their own making. Okay, so there's a whole lot of write-up trying to explain why this Imam Khalif next open Nigerian boxer would take on Hungarian rival Ana Luca Amori after our Italian opponent withdrew. Now that is good. It's not as if they've not said, okay, we have seen it. You cannot fight with women anymore. Just is they going to she Bobrisky of Olympic boxing is still going to continue? And there's some things that I just don't understand. It shouldn't happen. And when you go back and watch the video clip and see the punch from the guy who's now a lady on the Italian girl, you be like, God, this is domestic violence in the ring. This is man battering a woman. This is not boxing. There's nothing boxing in it. You see the very small lady-like punch from the lady, and then you see the hammer punch. Oh God, I just don't get it anyway. But I'm coming to you people. That's why I use the picture for the thumbnail. What do you people think? Is this the right thing to do? It says, man, if you're transitioning from a man to a woman, you should still be able to compete with your fellow men in men's sports. But just normal life, your normal life can be womanish, but you should still be. And that's what I think. But I don't know. But whatever. Well, Arsenal are saying that the mistake, what happened with Chidobe Martins, is not going to happen again. Okay, that's a conversation. He said when the news of Chidobe Martins' expected exit from Arsenal broke, the feeling outside the North London club centered in a certain direction. Not again, another prolific academy talent finding its way off the Hale End conveyor belt and into the hands of Premier League side. You see, a pattern could be summarized. Yeah, okay. After other recent departure, the Obi Martin situation is complex, and Arsenal's push for future proof and the club through utilizing academy talent to their first team or making profit through sales where necessary is going on behind the scene. Yet, highly touted midfielder Amaro Kozia Dobry and defender Roald Walters still moved to Brighton and Luton respectively earlier this month. Now, a lot of people have said something about Arsenal not having a pathway for these players, and so it is okay that they leave. As far as I'm concerned, academies are always a gamble. I've always said it, and I'm going to stand by that. Academies are no guarantee. They are always a gamble. And Arsenal have also benefited from this. That's how Arsenal got Fabregas. That's how Arsenal got Nicolas Anelka, and eventually sold him for $32 million, or if I'm not mistaken, $5 million back in the day. So sometimes it's going to work for you. You're not going to have the Sir Alex Ferguson class of 92 repeated, or the Barcelona creation of Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, Sergio Busquets, and the rest all the time. It's not going to happen. The balance between making youth play Arsene Wenger tried it, gave all the young players a chance, and we went from competing to not competing. Now everybody say, "Oh, Man United, look at Man U, Garnacho, Dalot, Chidobe Martins is their number 3 striker." You see, when they say these things, I always laugh. What is a number 3 striker? People, they want to, even my co-presenter, Bobby Ray, said it. One thing, when I read certain write-up or certain articles or certain comments, I laugh. You know why I laugh? I laugh because the difference between fans or journalists, regular journalists, people out there on the street, and people who play football, you will just see it in those write-ups. It's very, very clear. You're saying to me that you want to trust academy players to be your number 3 striker. Even a number 2 striker in Man United, his name is Julian Alvarez, is already seeking exit. So where's really the pathway for a number 3 striker to make it into the team? You're not a number 1, you're not a number 2, you're a number 3 striker. You know what that means? It means that the number 1 had to go out injured, the number 2 had to go out injured before you have a chance. Now people can twist this thing that I'm saying just for argument's sake, anyhow, any way they like. But let me bear it on the floor and put some of the cards on the table. You see what happened at Manchester United? People forget that team had a lot of experienced players and they had started on a roll. Eric Cantona had come in, there was Schumacher there was Andrea Kanchelskis, there was Mark Hughes, there was Pallister, there was Steve Bruce, there was Roy Keane. People forgot that. All the time is that they brought in kids, Gary Neville, Phil Neville, Roy Keane, Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, David Beckham. Shut up. They say that's not the truth. The truth is that team was built on experience. There's Pauline, there's Andy Cole, there was Dwight York, there was Teddy Sheringham. There's a lot of experienced players built around that team. And then Man United had become the only team competing for the title. That era is different. In the Barcelona own era too, Real Madrid was going through a complete disaster era. And then Barcelona swamped in. You see, circumstances were different. In today's Premier League, I'll beat my chest and I'll tell you, you use Martins, Chidobe, Chidozie Martins, Chidobe Martins to prosecute a league title pursuit. You're not going to make top 4. You will not make top 4. It's not, because now in the Premier League, the teams that are chasing the title are a lot. They are a truckload. In the era of Alex Ferguson, there was only one team and then one competition. Arsenal. The other ones were just never in the races. The very minute Chelsea found money and they got on the race, Arsenal fell off. You understand? Arsenal fell off when Chelsea established. Arsenal fell off the race. The very minute Man City discovered money and came up again, Chelsea fell off. Look at it carefully. So try and understand. And Man United, they went to the gutters. Okay? Liverpool discovered some good money as well as good coaching. And you saw it became a tour. The Premier League have always been a two-horse race. It's a competitive league. Their system changed. It has never, ever been. It was once upon a time Manchester United versus Liverpool. Blackburn Rovers came in 1995, and then it became Manchester United versus Arsenal. And then before you know it, Arsenal fell off. It became Man United versus Chelsea, and then it became Chelsea versus Man City, and then Man City versus Liverpool. It's never, and just in the last 2 seasons, it's Man City versus Arsenal. It's never, ever been a case of 6 teams chasing the title. That's not a lie. After match day 15 or match day 10, now only 2 teams now they change the title. The other ones are struggling to be in the top 4 to make sure they qualify for Europe. That's how the Premier League have always been. Correct me if I am wrong. So, in this using Chidobe Martins and using that one, Man United are planning an audacious project, and it's a long-term project. But in that long-term, other people also have their plans. If they do not sneak in and become good competitors, the competitions will leave them. Liverpool right now are between and between. We don't know what's going to happen, but let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope that Liverpool will turn out to be what they are deceiving us that they will be, that they will not miss what's it called, Jurgen Klopp and his shiny teeth and all those drama, all those excuses. The pitch is too hard, the grass is too dry, the water is too much, the wind is too much. Oh, the media, the music in the stadium is too loud. The commentators were smiling too much. The fans were sharing too much, or they were not sharing, and all that when they lose matches. Okay, but let's be very honest here. Man City are still the big owner of the hood. Arsenal have now become a competition, and then you now have probably Chelsea, who are still, doing baby nursery. Chelsea are running the nursery school. I don't really know who's the competition. Newcastle, who discovered money but did not know how to use it, and are just there, are just paying salaries but not competing for anything. Really, let's be very honest again, it's still two teams. It's Arsenal, Man City, until somebody else come in and kick the second team, because it's always the second team that they kick away, and then you see what goes on. Having said all of that, I do not believe, I'm not trying to sound like Alan Hansen, but I do not believe that because there were no road for youth players to progress, then Arsenal have done something wrong. Let's break it down a little bit. Arsenal was coming from a time where they need to make it to the Champions League because of money. They needed to cut they needed to break the team down and cut their wages because they were not making the Champions League, and they were one of the highest paying team in the Premier League. They cut that down. Arteta dealt with that, and then you need to now build a squad that can compete and stand up. And then he did that already. And you're telling him that he should go. He's not going to be able to play Emily Rose Smith. He's giving people like Eddie Nketiah a chance, and they are not taking it. He's giving people like Maitland-Niles, all those other players chance. They are not taking it. They end up going on loan or not being good enough for the market to even demand for their services. Look at Eddie Nketiah. They put him on the market since nobody's buying them. Okay, so you look at all of that and you say to yourself, Chido Martins can be scoring 50 goals, but he definitely cannot bench Gabriel Jesus. Neither can he bench Kai Havertz. Let's be honest. Kai Havertz is 65 million. You don't buy 65 million player and you say, go and bring one academy player because he scored 30 goals in 20 games or whatever, or scored 10 goals and 7 goals in individual games respectively. So automatically he's going to do same. He's not the new Erling Haaland. I wait to see it. I wish him good luck, and Obasi and the rest who are responsible for this deal. For me, I don't think it should be creative first. They should say, good luck to you. Arsenal will continue to collect a development fee and all that. And then let's move on. Let's hope that it becomes the best of the best. Not everybody is going to be Wayne Rooney and Michael Owen, okay, who smashed it at youth level and still came up to senior level and smashed it at Wayne. Not everybody is going to be that. So let's keep our fingers crossed and not go out there and say, oh, this club is useless because they were unable to get the young players to progress. Well, Manchester United, 25% owner who's acting like he's the 100% owner of the club. Well, I like what he's done, but this is audacious plan. Why I'm having a problem is the example. They want to build a £2 billion stadium, which is good idea. Wembley of the North. The best example of stadium in England is Wembley. But football have moved past those Wembley design. Those designs are now ancient. Okay, when you see what they're doing with SoFi, what the basketball Arsenal owner spent his own $5.5 billion to build that stadium. They didn't call community help, government, or anybody to help. Right? That's what billionaires do. That's how you know you are a billionaire. The owner of the Clippers, is it Clippers? Yes, the Clippers are set to build a $2 billion dome, okay, that have everything, state of the art, not just state of the art, but double state of the art, or triple state of the art stadium that have everything, fans experience, even the rim is designed differently, the experience, your seat have everything, Now, Man United want to build a £2 billion stadium. They want taxpayers to pay. I'm asking, is Man United a government club? Is it a government club? Why should taxpayers pay? Why do you need taxpayers' money to do that? To do that stadium? Why do you need government to give you subsidy for the stadium? Because some things I don't understand. This is the one where I will really need Bobby Ray to give me a very elaborate explanation on it on the comment section when you're ready. Why do you need that to happen? Okay, very soon, because once that happens, everybody we want to expand. I say Arsenal is now planning to go to 70 or 75,000 capacity, where the stadium was always built for that expansion to happen in the future. If Arsenal start winning titles now, then that expansion definitely will happen. And the Arsenal owner, Josh, the son of the main owner, Stan Kroenke, Josh says he will resist every move to have Premier League games played in the US. And some Arsenal fans also don't support it. Like, they are okay with the friendly match. They don't want to lose home court advantage. They don't want all those taking the matches to the US, but some people want it. And I've said here before that it's going to be a matter of time. That is definitely going to happen, no matter how they resist it. In the words of Eugene Ward, women start by refusing the advances of men and end up resisting their exit. So it's going to happen eventually. I don't know when, I don't know what time it's going to happen. It's like the talk of the Super League. Something is definitely going to give. Well, let's see how it goes. But let's go back to Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish has said in his word, his disappointment had not been selected for the England squad for the Euro 2024 in Germany. He believed he should have made the team and is determined to prove his critics wrong this season. So it is up to you, Grealish, to prove that you deserve to be in the squad. But before then, we shall see how you think it is. Anyway.
Evening, guys. Hope you're well. If we can take a show of hands, we'll come to many views we can, and then we'll bring the manager in after Jack has finished up. Somewhere to start, please. Joe, on the end, please.
Just over it. After getting difficult summer, but how happy are you to be back playing football?
Yeah, no, obviously, really happy to be back. Probably one of the longest summer breaks I've had, in the last 3 or 4 years. I've been used to just having, 3 or 4 weeks. So to get over 5 weeks holiday was obviously nice. And yeah, just very happy, now to be back. To get a full pre-season under my belt, and obviously, as you can see, there's not too many of the first team guys here at the moment. So hopefully, I can just be here now and get as fit as possible heading into the new season.
How difficult can it be? Because this point in England, or a good point where you could switch that off inside and look forward.
No, not really, because it's everywhere. When I'll be honest, it was probably football-wise the most difficult thing I've ever had to deal with in terms of my own career. I was absolutely heartbroken, and then obviously when you're on your holidays, whether wherever I was, every time, you turn on the phone or turn on the TV or whatever, you just see it. So it was hard to not to see, really. But, for myself now moving forward, I have to just try and use that, as motivation going into this season, and try and have the same mentality as I had, 2 years ago in my first season at City. I don't think I performed as well as I could have, and then in the second season, I played, in a lot of the games, and that was down to, the first season that I had. I wanted to come back stronger, and I certainly did that. So hopefully, I can do that again now.
John, hi. I'm 36 in that sore moment, but can you understand why you weren't named for the squad? And can you use those reasons to try to make a better season?
No, not really, because obviously, myself, I felt like I should have been in the squad. I'm sure, every person that didn't get picked in the squad, whether that's myself or any of the other players, would have thought the same. If I sit here and say that I don't feel like I should have been in the squad, you're going to be thinking, what's this guy's like, what's he thinking? So, of course, I thought I should have been in the squad. I felt like, I offer something different to players in the England squad. But listen, it is what it is. Like I said, it was, the hardest moment for me as a footballer. I've had a lot of ups and downs in my career. But yeah, it was difficult. But like I said, I'm going to try and use that as motivation now going forward into this season. And yeah, hopefully I can, prove some people wrong.
Jack, over here. How excited are you and the team to be playing Barcelona here in Florida tomorrow night in front of all the fans here tonight?
Yeah, no, I can't wait. To play against Barcelona, one of the biggest clubs in the world, so They have, great history. They have top players and, a top manager. So for us, that's what we want to do. You want to come to the beautiful places, like this and play against the best teams. Even playing AC Milan the other night, it was incredible. Again, another brilliant club with great history. So that's what we want to do. You want to play in these games, whether it be a friendly or not.
Hi, Jack. Have you had any conversations with Pep towards the end of last season, this summer, just about how to bounce back and move forward? So I know he's been good for you in the past with support, things like that.
Yeah, of course. I always speak to him. Obviously, I'm not going to go into too much detail, about what we speak about because that's between me and him. But yeah, he's been so good for me in the 3 years that I've been at this club. He always offers me good advice, and there's not really many better people to take advice from. Pep's is a master in this game, so to take advice from him, is something that I always listen to. And yeah, listen, I'm not stupid. I know what it takes for myself, to bounce back this season, and I know, how good of a player I am. I just need to, just regain, my fitness and my form, and then listen, I know what I can do personally then.
How do you think you've developed as a player since you joined City?
A little bit. Obviously, I've changed, from the way I was at Aston Villa. At Villa, I had more freedom, and you come to a club like this, you're playing with world class players. I have to be careful what I'm saying because sometimes my words get twisted. I'm not saying I didn't play with brilliant players at Villa. I did, I had a brilliant manager there, but it's different because, I feel like I had a lot more of the ball, for example, like me personally. Whereas here, you have so many world-class players, so you probably don't touch the ball, as much. But I don't know. I'll let you guys decide how you think I've developed as a player. It's a difficult question for me.
Yeah, hi Jack. At the last season with City, City obviously won a fourth straight title, but you didn't play much in those last few weeks. How was that for you? Sort of bittersweet, maybe?
Yeah, obviously, it was a little bit difficult because I did have in the back of my mind that, I need to be playing to get into the England team. A lot of players, that were in my positions on the wings in the England team, had really good seasons, with their clubs. Whereas, I weren't really playing as much. So in the back of my mind, I did think that I need to be playing, to try and definitely be in the England squad. But even, when I went there, I got obviously asked to come back, early to go into the England camp. And then obviously I come on in the friendly, and done well and stuff. So I did think that, I was going to go. But it's no bittersweet feeling towards the end of the season. The way City done, all I wanted to do was win another league title, whether I obviously, listen, of course I wanted to play, but if you would have said to me, you're going to play and you might not win, or you're not going to play and you definitely win, then listen, I want to win. You know what I mean? Whatever's best for the team and to myself, to win another Premier League. It was just a dream come true.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.
Yes, so dream come true. Now, what you talk? I know a lot of people like this. Today is it's Friday. Why are you speaking English? Okay, yesterday we didn't have a show, so I'm trying to get the balance on both sides of it. And I know, most of the insights where they come in now English I go speak. So I say make I just sweeten her like that small before I come to Pidgin English. Obviously, it's gonna come a time when I'll come to your side of reading your comment and all that. Those people talking about the boxing. I mean, nobody's getting involved in that boxing conversation, but at the same time, I'm wondering if you guys, what do you think about the academy thing? Like, did Arteta get it wrong? Because they also did everything. Okay, it felt to me from all of the things that happened. So for contest purpose, the player was asking for X amount of money. That is way more than what is allowed for academy players, student players. Let's put it that way now. and the agent also was asking for more. And I think that this is what has happened. They've spoken to Man United, and Man United have given them, oh, we'll pay that money. You know how it is now. We'll pay that money, that player. Oh, we like that player. This is what we want. It's going to be part of our project. We'll make him our number 3 striker. We already have Rashford Oilong. They'll have Joshua Sexy coming in. And, when I hear number 3 striker, I'm like, okay, what if they don't sell Rashford? Rashford is what? Number 4 to Chidobe Martins. I need to understand some of these things when people throw it up, because I've had a whole lot of people popping up my DM, tagging me in comments, and like, oh, what do you have to say about this? Let's not forget that in the last 20 years of Premier League football, no club have played more academy players in the Premier League than Arsenal. So what did we win? They said people were mocking us now. Oh, you don't play academy players. You lack ambition. You don't have anything. Now, it is because Arsenal doesn't have a pathway plan for young players. Arteta doesn't. People don't understand that Arteta is a young coach who's not won anything, and he's looking at coaches of his category. Look at Xabi Alonso, who's won something. Look at Xavi Hernandez, who's won the Spanish league title. You want him to be nurturing academy players for another 20 years at a club that's not won anything. In 20 years, okay, FA Cup, and so what? You won the FA Cup, and so bloody what? It's not a big deal. You want to win major titles, you want to compete for the Champions League, you want to be playing the semi-finals and the finals of the Champions League, you want to win the Premier League title, back to back. And then you say, give one Chidobe Martins chance. Somebody that can go anywhere, and if he continues to play like that, you can still buy him. If you can buy, what's it called? Declan Rice, a bag of rice for 105 million, I've been 150 million. Why can't you go and buy him back if he continue to play well? So what's the big deal? Oh, academy player not going. Well, let's go to a club that have produced some of the best players from the academy. It's going to be a bit long, like this one, or probably I might cut it short. But the coach of FC Barcelona, I've said, this is my plan. In case you don't know, after the 2-2 draw with Guardiola's Man City in pre-season friendly, Barcelona's manager Hansi Flick expressed his desire to replicate Pep's style of play with FC Barcelona. So this is the press conference. I'm going to give it to you in full, as raw as it is. I know sometimes I try not to edit it, to cut it short, we misconstrue what he was saying. So this is what he had to say.
Mesdemoiselles, mesdames et messieurs, je vous dis.
Good evening, bona nit. Welcome to the press conference of FC Barcelona coach Hansi Flick. We'll do questions in English with no translation. Farem preguntes en anglès sense traducció. We start with here, Barça 1. Please, Marc.
Hi, Hansi. Marc Brau from Barça 1. First game of the preseason. I want to ask you what...
Second game.
Second one, yeah. I want to ask you, what did you like the most for the team? Just a few seconds ago, Pep said that he saw so many things in the team, although you've been working not a lot of days with the team. So what thing do you like the most for today? Thank you.
No, I totally agree with him. We can see something. Also, we trained about that. So the first days or weeks, also the first 2 days, focus was more on the fitness side, and but we also include some tactical training, some technical sessions in the offense, also defense. We show them what we want to see, and they did really well today. So about against a team, which really they have good players, fantastic players, and also the philosophy, the idea they play, it's really good. So yeah, I can say at all, I'm really happy about my team. So we saw this was what we want in this match, and this was very good.
Laia.
Hey, Hansi. Laia Cervello from The Athletic. I would like to ask you about two names, Marc Casado and Marc Bernal. They were starters today. What do you saw from them, and what do you expect from them? Thank you.
So it's not my thing to speak about a player after one match. I think they do it really well. Also, like the others. So we defend as a team, and we attack as a team, and this is the important thing. It's not about one player or two players. It's about the team, and it's like when they play strong, like they did. So everyone has the profit of this, and this is what we want. We want to be on the pitch, one team, who's fighting, and I think also you can see some situations. The team in the box, they defend, they want to protect a goal, and at the end we had two chances in the first half, and we scored both of them. So it was really fantastic to see how the young players did it. So this is why this is a thing, and we are happy.
Tony.
Here, Hansi.
Yeah.
Tony Juan Martí from Diario Sport. It's a big problem for you now after all the players that performed really well, Bernal, Casado, everybody performing well. It's a big problem in your head to decide now who can stay in the first squad after checking that 10, 12 players are really performing well and showing good skills?
So I think it will be a bigger problem when the opposite is. So that's now it's for a coach. It's also because, we as a coaching staff, the whole coaching staff, so we speak about the players, also the young players. And I also, the last week, I spoke about the quality from La Masia. And, the whole world speaks about the La Masia. And we can see now what they create, and it's really good. So I think the focus here is also good that we took a little bit also for the defense, and I can say we do it really good. I was not so sure if we can do it in this match, because it was a tough match, the first big match against a big club also as Barca. But at the end, we are really happy. So this is what I can say.
Ansi, good evening. Shalom Fernandez para el 10 del Barça. My question for you is if you are satisfied with what you have right now in the attacking position, or do you think that a few new players could give in a little bit more strength to the team? Thank you.
You mean asking for new players or attacking players? No. Yeah.
If a few new players in the attacking position could be a little bit better for the team for the new season.
We create this player now. What was I say? Great. Julian Araujo, he played in front, so as a number 7, as a winger. But this is not normally his position. Normally he plays so it's like the first half and also the second half. We create also in the second half chances, and this is what we see. And I know there's something that we can increase, so we have to increase that. And we do that. We work on that the next days, and this is our work.
Joan.
Hello, good night. Here, Joan Boqui from Mundo Deportivo. I would like to ask you how valuable
proud the young players that they get this result. So also we had in the first half we had a fantastic goalkeeper. So this is what I have to say. It's at the end is a team, and the goalie is there in the back and the goal, and he did it really well. So and also under for the penalty shootout. What was for us the point that we win this match, and
Honestly, just kind of going off of that question, overall experience here in Orlando, obviously a sellout crowd. Just what were your thoughts of the crowd here?
I think it was really nice. So we arrived on Sunday late in the evening. So we had yesterday 2 training sessions. This morning we did something half an hour, 40 minutes like that, and then to play here on the stadium with a little bit delay about the weather. I think the circumstance was not the best optimal, but at the end the fans here in the stadium, the people are support us, and this is really good to see that also in the whole world Barca has his supporters.
Good evening, Professor. This is Edgar from Morena Deportes, Ecuador. The question is, right now, Messi and Suarez, the past generation of the player, they are not there right now. So what is your expectation with a new player? Do you have any new plan for a new player in order to be better and better, for Barcelona?
So I think there are a lot of players we are missing. I think they will arrive they will start the training next Monday. Yes, the 5th. They will start with the training when we arrived at the 7th. So we will give them, the team, 1 or 2 days off. And then after that, we start with the whole team. And I'm really happy to have all who can play or who are fit in the team. So it's then a short preparation for the first match. On Monday, I think the 12th is the 12th against Monaco. We play this match, and I'm happy to have everyone here. But you also can see that the young players also have the quality, and it's really good to see that. You're welcome.
Última pregunta, last question, Ramon.
Hi, Hansi. Ramon Salmurri, Catalunya Radio. What's the thing that you like the most of your team today, and what do you think could be better? Could you need to work?
Yeah, I said before. So we defend as a team, and also we attack as a team. This is the important thing. So everyone fight for the other players, and this is very important to be successful. So in the second half and in the first half, I think we defend a little bit too deep. So it's normally my idea or our idea that we attack a little bit higher. So this is the thing what I think we can improve. We have to improve, and also we need more ball possession. But we played against Man City, and Pep's work is 8 years, I think, and he created a really fantastic philosophy. Everyone knows what to do, so this is very, very good to see. And also for us, it's we want to do it the same, maybe a little bit different, but I think today was a good start with that, and we're looking forward for the others.
Thank you, Bona nit. Gracias.
Okay, gracias.
Get entertained. There's nothing like listening to Elegbete TV radio. It's fun.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's taken about 11 minutes, but I thought that this is pre-season, we should be able to get all of that talk, especially for fans of FC Barcelona, one of his first early games as a manager of the team. I should give the full of it, let them know what the line and the thinking of their coach is. Also, at the question, normally, I mean, in my former place of work, we just cut and chop and get it fast for you. But I think we have the time to do that, so we can afford that. And sometimes you need to put these things in proper context so that people understand what the conversation is all about. Well, we're still talking. Let's go to the Arsenal captain, who have a different idea of how he think the Arsenal team is right now. I don't know about you, but what do you think? Is Arsenal closer? 2 seasons ago, they were very, very far in second, but they were far. The gap between Arsenal and Man City was far. Last season, it was 2 points. If you go by that progression, and Man City also, their points are dropping. The gap between them and Liverpool, the gap between them and Arsenal is dropping. Would we confidently say that, Arsenal is within reach of taking it off Man City? But we're not going to take it too long, maybe 5 minutes or 6 minutes of the interview, and get what Martin Odegaard have to say to the press about the progression of Arsenal. Remember, they lost to Liverpool 2-1, and I saw people reacting crazily. I don't know, maybe because I say football differently. Preseason is to build the fitness of the players, if you like. So if we're going to judge preseason by that, now that means Celtic is going to be Champions League winner because of the kind of form. The amount of goals they've scored against different teams. 4 goals here, 4 goals there, 4 against Man City, 4 against Chelsea. Maybe they're going to be the best team in the world in the season. But it doesn't work like that. Preseason is just to check the shape of your team, the fitness of the players. And some of these teams all of their first teams are now available. So what are people really reacting for? But well, everybody have the right to react. Let's hear Martin Odegaard, the captain of Arsenal, tell us about how close the gap between them and Man City is. Because when it comes to the London team, everything is about the gap. The battle between them and Tottenham Hotspur is mind the gap. The battle between them and any other team is the gap. So let's deal with the gap designers today.
This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV radio.
You did have quite a big season last year, and I mean, you keep getting closer and closer to Manchester City after just falling short this time with the points. How do you lift the team after that? And you as a captain, what was your role?
I think, to be honest, it's quite easy. I think everyone is so motivated to come back even stronger. Obviously, after the season, we all felt a bit disappointed, a bit down, but yeah, I've seen the team now coming back and so sharp and so ready, and I think everyone is just ready to come back and be even better. So that's been quite easy, and yeah, I think we're working hard and we're prepping. So yeah, hopefully we can win it this time.
Mikel always talks about these fine margins. What do you think you want to strengthen going into this new season to kind of get right up there and get the better of City?
We want to strengthen everything, to be honest. I think we can be better at everything, and I think that's a good thing about the sport, that is always room for improvement, and that's what we're working towards, to always be better, and to find those margins where we can be even sharper, and yeah, that's what we're working on now. So a lot of things.
I know you have a great chemistry with Kai on the pitch. Talk to me about that relationship, and probably when he came into that striker role, if how you found it, and did it just click instantly?
Yeah, I think as soon as he came into the club, I think he's been brilliant, on and off the pitch. He's a good guy as well, and gives a lot of energy to the team. And he didn't score too much in the beginning, and was struggling a bit. But then, yeah, towards the end of the season, you saw the quality he has and how important, and so important in big moments as well for us. So pleasure to play with him, and yeah, I enjoy that connection on the pitch, So it's good fun.
And then is him playing in that role as a striker something that you want to see? You think it works for Arsenal going into this new season, or would you like to see probably extra reinforcements, maybe a specialist striker?
No, I'm happy with the team and the squad we have. I think we have a lot of options, for a lot of different positions, and also for the striker position, we have a lot of good options in the team already. So yeah, I'm focused on the team we have and really happy with that. So yeah, just can't wait to get started again, and I think it's going to be a good one.
And again, the fact that you guys have just gotten closer and closer to Manchester City in the back-to-back season. I think for so long we've all had Man City on this pedestal that they seem untouchable, kind of invincible, dare I say, about Arsenal. But you guys got so close again. Do you now look at them as almost beatable now?
I think we felt that, last season as well, and that we were there, and yeah, we beat them as well, So that was important for us, but it wasn't enough, and that's what we have to think about now, how we can be even better to make sure that we win it. And it's not just about Man City, but it's about the whole picture and all the games we play. So yeah, hopefully we can do it this time.
And what about for the Champions League? Where do you think you probably fell short there?
Again, small margins. I think in all of these big games, small margins, and we weren't sharp enough in the two games there. So yeah, but I think again it's down to us to improve and make sure we come back stronger, and then we have a lot to play for. So yeah, it's gonna be good.
With all the football being played, is it hard to kind of manage both, like such a deep run in the Champions League as well as doing what you do in the Premier League itself?
I mean, it's demanding. I think you play with against a lot of good teams, so it takes a lot, but I think that's what we all want to do. We all want to be at the biggest stage, play the biggest games, and I think it's something we really enjoy. So yeah, I think that's a good thing, and just something we have to be ready for and get used to.
And speaking about the chemistry of you guys on the pitch, as always talked about it with you and Kai, but seeing also how Saka plays and seeing how Declan plays as well, we always knew they were great players, but do you feel like they've kind of hit another level?
Yeah, I think that's the strength in this team. We're really connected, really together, and everyone is working well together. And then I think it's easier also for the players to shine and to have their moments. So yeah, I think that's the main thing. To be together as a team and be really well connected. And then yeah, that makes it easier for everyone to shine. So that's the key.
And final question now, of course, everyone kind of repeats that it's been 20 years since Arsenal have won the league title. You guys get so close. Do you feel the weight of that going into the new season because you're such young players?
I don't think we can think too much about what happened before we came to the club, but it's a part of the history and we have to acknowledge that. But yeah, I feel like we're getting closer and I feel like we're improving all the time, and that's the main thing. Last year we made some history as well, and we did a lot of good things. We have to remember that, and then just make sure we push a little bit more to win it, and then everyone will be happy, I think.
And finally, just to talk about the meeting of two footballs here. We of course saw you guys playing both kinds. Just talk to me about what it means to be back here in the States and kind of getting this experience, especially for these kids who probably, I know someone told me that you were asking if anyone would recognize you. Now here they are asking for your autograph in the US.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I think it's always nice to come here to the States and to see all the support we have here and to play some big games, and with our owners here as well. It's special, to come here and also to be here today and see all the kids and some smiles on their faces, So yeah, it's brilliant and makes us all happy. So it's good.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Elegbete TV Radio. We dare to lead.
You did have quite a big season last year, and I mean, you keep getting closer and closer.
All right, thank you very much, Timothy Dainbo, for making sure all of that is available for us to use. There'll be a lot more of that coming in the coming season, a whole lot more. And my expert from Mario Leo to my former teammate, Daniele Canepa, and our very own Bobby Ray from the UK, giving us Manchester perspective. And we also have Habib, all the way from Indiana in the US, even with our time difference, would also give us some perspective. And like I said, if you think you can articulate your thoughts and your plans, and you have a good internet and good lighting wherever you are, signify to me, and you will join the team of people who are also giving us your perspective on games. It could be Arsenal, it could be Liverpool, Newcastle, it could be even Nigerian Premier League. Let's get it done. Well, transfer rumors are still out there. It will never go away. Even when the window closes, there's still going to be rumor. But for now, let's look at the ones that are very, very, in the negotiation stage, in the bidding and offer, rejecting and accepting offer. West Ham are closing in on the double signing of Borussia Dortmund and German striker Nicolas Falcao, who is 31 years of age, and Leeds United Dutch forward Crescencio Somerville. I'm tempted to say that this Somerville might just be the best signing for West Ham. It might improve. It might show some good play. But West Ham, we don't know where West Ham will show up. Okay, they have a new coach now, Julian Lopetegui. I don't know, but I just think that some of it will be a good signing. And from West Ham, he might go on to play for Tottenham Hotspur or something else. Arsenal, Real Madrid, and Atletico de Madrid are all interested in 29-year-old French midfielder Adrien Rabiot. Please God, Arsenal don't sign him. Who is a free agent after leaving Juventus. Aston Villa have reached a deal with Chelsea for Belgian striker Romelu Lukaku, but the 31-year-old wants to join Antonio Conte's Napoli. So there's a problem with this. If the Aston Villa deal goes through, the Osimhen movement would also become a bit difficult. Okay, so let's see how this one goes. West Ham have agreed personal terms to sign right back Aaron Wan-Bissaka from the Akese Kingdom of Ebonyi State now. 26 years, don't live Anambra. But I've yet to agree a fee with the Manchester United, who want 18 million rather than the 10 million pounds that they are offering. Fulham are in advanced talk to sign Villarreal Spanish centre-back Jorge Cuenca, who's 24 years of age, for 6.7 million pounds. Okay. Napoli have an offer of 12 million euros, which is 10.2 million pounds, ready for 23-year-old Brighton and Scotland midfielder Billy Gilmore, and are waiting for players to leave the club before making it. Okay, Arsenal are closing in on a deal for 25 million pounds deal to sign 28-year-old Spain midfielder Mikel Merino from Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad are also already looking for his replacement. So that deal is most likely going to happen. Let's forget about Adrien Rabiot. Now, this is not me saying Adrien Rabiot is not a good player, but I just think that he's not motivated enough. He's not consistent in his play, and he's the kind of guy that would punch somebody in the dressing room if you stress him too much. Mikel Arteta is not a giant. He's not a a big force. I mean, if you want to try to punch a Pep Guardiola, you have to understand that Pep Guardiola can mess you up. He can mess you up big time. He's got people around him that can do that for you. I don't think Mikel Arteta carries that kind of personality. So, if you want to understand Pep Guardiola better, his brother is an agent. That's one. Beyond that, his brother, he 1994 was it when the Barcelona won their first Champions League. As small as he was the guy. I mean, some of you don't remember this, but it means a whole lot. He was the guy who held the microphone at that balcony and was talking about Catalonia's freedom. I think they just won the Champions League for the very first time for this club. And then he was that bold enough to do that. It's not something that is common. It's not something that is common at all, but that's who Pep Guardiola is. He's not just any guy. He's like the Don Capello guy. He's a mafia. So you don't mess with him. But I don't think Arteta have that kind of power. If you look at all the players that have said things about Pep Guardiola, they only say it when they leave his camp. And then they talk about when they camp. To Zlatan Ibrahimovic, as lion as he is, as God as he claimed to be. They only say this thing. Recently, they both saw each other in the US. I thought that Zlatan would not shake him, and Zlatan was like, "Oh, get out of here, you idiot!" I'm like, "Shake him." They both laugh. I said, "Okay. I got it. Okay, so I'm just saying, I'm just saying my bit on that. That he's not the kind of guy, but I don't think Arteta have that kind of clout or power yet. So bringing Adrian Rabiot to the camp is like signing Nicadio or signing Balotelli. No, it's not an easy road to travel to. Roma have agreed a deal with Girona to sign Ukrainian striker Artem Dovbyk. If you tell me that this guy was going to have that season scoring 24 goals, highest goal scorer in La Liga, and go to Roma after that, I would bet anything and everything. I say, no, that's not possible. He's better than that. But guess what? That's where he's gone to. So I'm not saying why I'm in a second. Sometimes it's not only Nigeria that have what's it called, Paulo Nuashu. Or you will also have their own version of Paulo Nuashu, because you can't score that much number of goals and then you're going to what's it called? You're going to let me see. You're going to play for AS Roma after Girona. I thought you should be with the top teams like Juventus. If Italy is really your thing, Juventus, Inter Milan, AC Milan, Paris Saint-Germain, Man City, Bayern, all those kind of things. But hey, it is where he's going. Roma have agreed a deal with Girona to sign Ukraine striker Artem Dovbyk, 27 for 28.8 million, with AC Milan interested in signing Roma's England forward Tammy Abraham, who's 26 years of age. I mean, I'm done grown. Stuttgart will withdraw their interest in Brighton Germany striker Dennis Undev, who is 28 years of age, and look at new targets soon if they cannot reach a deal with Albion. Okay. Newcastle are in advanced talk with Sheffield United to sign Blade's 20-year-old Danish striker William Osula for an initial 10 million price. That's the Newcastle that they say want to challenge for title. I don't know, maybe not the Nigeria Premier League title they want to challenge for. Leipzig will reject a second bid from Barcelona for 26-year-old Spain midfielder Dani Olmo if they don't meet the expected price. Bristol City, Stoke City, and Birmingham City are interested in Burnley's Irish defender Luke McNally, who's 24 years of age. It's City conversation. Stoke City won Blackburn Rovers English midfielder Louis Travis, 26, according to Team Talk. Nottingham Forest, the MPFL club in the EPL, are not looking to catch in on 24-year-old English midfielder Morgan Gibbs-White, despite interest from Newcastle, Arsenal, Aston Villa, and Chelsea. We die here. Manchester City's English midfielder Jacob Wright, 18, has agreed a loan move to Peterborough United. That's all we have in the transfer place. Now let's come to you people. You people have been dropping it like it's hot. When the Greece okay. Precious Hero says, I saw the clip, and first thing that came to my mind was, can a trans woman to man go into male boxing competition? Yeah, woke generation. Now they are woke. 90 kids so now. Toselema, they say, Una, good morning. I've been read some article on top the Tory for the boxing matter. The girl, they suffer DSD, not be trans person. Okay. No, but that's not the true picture. We've read stories about a childhood and all that, which will be DSD. Now transparency she be this one way they bring you also. Today, Grandma Marshall make we for enjoy the pigeon because I know they calm down, be coming down, okay? Ibrahim Abela say good morning, boss and family. When Arsenal been they use academy players, now these same people they criticize Wenger of using kids to compete. To now Arsenal are trying to build up. The same people are not resting, and the same people are complaining of not giving the academy players a chance. The funny thing be say, as me and you they talk so. Arsenal and I still get the youngest team in the Premier League. So how all of this Mukele can be problem, I don't really know. But we just sit down and watch. They say NIB Ogoro must jump anywhere Bele face now be front. Henry Maru say everyone is shouting about Arsenal letting go of players from the academy. Same people want Arsenal to be winning the EPL and the UEFA Champions League. How many of City and Madrid academy players they for their team? Tosin Luma they say make una not mind all these fans who we just a bit talk. Henry Maru says everyone is shouting about Arsenal letting the players go. Okay, I think you repeated that one now. Ibrahim Abiola say I stand to be corrected. Okay, since Wenger era, I don't think there is anything that has used more academy players than Arsenal. I agree with you. Nothing to correct them. Arsenal. Ibrahim Abiola can't go on. Can't continue to say. It's getting obvious that post Southgate era, the England team will really go into new dimension. Reshuffling this team, do they stand any chance? Maybe now you want to talk of winning major trophies anytime soon? I don't think so. I don't know what you say. Is it because the Algerian boxer is African? That's why there is so much noise about her being a trans woman. Whites have athletes with high testosterone. Don't they compete? Why the force? Okay, that's a different angle. But in my own general position is if you're a man, whether you trans, compete with men. If you're a woman, whether you trans, compete with women. Don't be a man and go and compete with women. Some things are just not. It just changed it's transition, but Bola still dey Bola where Bola do. Bola gas. They say